Hi guys, live show, live show, live show. Well, what can we do with a live show? You guys tell me. Um, let's get this going. Let's do some interaction, questions, answers, whatever. Let's talk about Seren Vega. Let's talk about what kind of amplifiers we should use. Whatever we want to talk about, we can talk about in this live show. Um, This is the first real one. I have some news about the upcoming live shows. I took the advice from one of my subscribers earlier. I put up some spotlights behind the computer here, so hopefully the quality of the video is a little bit better today than it was on the test run we had last week or something like that. So let's just jump straight into it. What kind of amplifier are you using today, and what amplifier do you want to use, or are you looking for coming up in the future for your Stern Vega speakers or whatever other speakers you might have? I have always said that the more you have, the better it is, and well, it depends on the speakers that you have. I mean, if you have like a pair of Stern Vega bookshelf speakers, like some really small ones, two ways with a 5 1/4 or 6.5 inch woofer. Of course, you don't need like 300 or 400 watts on those. 50, 60 watts, more than you can even do like 25, 30 watts on those. But of course, if you have like Saren Vega big ones, three ways with 15-inch woofers, you should go with an amplifier of minimum 250, 300 watts. But just as important is damping factor, slew rate, signal to noise. All that really matters. So you can't just blindly look at your wattage and what kind of wattage the amp has, because there's many 250 watt amps that sounds way better than a 300, 350, 400 watt amp. So it all comes down to the whole buildup of that amplifier. So if you are into big wattage amplifiers, we'll also look at what kind of damping factor they have to offer, because in many cases that is just as important as the watt. So what are you guys into? I mean, topics for live shows coming down the road. I've been thinking, why don't we do some A/B testing comparisons? One pair of speakers up against another pair of speakers. I had planned on doing a test live for you guys with the JBL monitors that I have here, and test them up against the Polk audio that I had. Well, it happened that I yesterday, or no, hold on, Saturday, I sold the Polks. So now we have to do the JBL speakers against the Stern Vega speakers that I have here. Um, so that means the JBL monitors against the Stern Vega V5. And I think that could be a really good head-to-head test to do live. So we can start with those. I'm just have to kind of get a little bit situated, hook up a few things, and take it from there. And I'm thinking about using that Denon receiver to do that test. That way we can see, is the JBL better or is the Seren Vega better? And we do that test live. I have downloaded a lot of copy-free right music, so we won't be dinged by copyrights. I've downloaded like 8 or 9 songs, so there's a little bit different variation on songs. And I think the Denon receiver that I have here will be very suitable to do that test. And I don't know who's going to win, either Seren Vega or JBL, but we will find out, and we will find out live. And that's the cool thing. I think those are the live shows that I'm going to do in the future. Do like tests between speakers, or even do amplifier tests. Do one amplifier up against another, and on maybe 2 or 3 different pair of speakers, and we can do it that way. And that's why that stage over here will be so come in handy. Um, because I can do tests here by myself and I can talk to you guys, make a video and say, hey, this sounded better than this. It's not like you guys are gonna hear what I'm hearing because I mean it's being recorded via a computer or a phone or a camera or something like that. But at least you will get the vibe of it. You'll be interacting with the test itself, and during the test, I can come with my plus and minuses, pros and cons, whatever. And of course, if there is anything that you want me to look into, I can do that too. But I think the live shows are best suited for maybe a fixed topic or do the test like I talked about. And I mean, I have tons of equipment here that we can test and do live, so that's not a problem. And we can also do tutorials live. How is it? How will things function the best? How can I hook it up this way? Is there any way I can do it differently? And we can do that live. That's not a problem. So I really think that's the way to go. And of course, um, if there is, we can do car audio as well. We can maybe invite some people down here, have a little show. We can do that live. I have talked to a few friends of mine who are artists, who vocalists and guitar players and stuff like that, who doesn't live too far away. And I just asked them briefly over the weekend if they have when they have time, if they would come down here to my shop, maybe do a little bit of jamming on the stage, maybe a little bit of an interview. We can do that live. And the ones I talked to are very positive. Of course, they are out touring worldwide, so they're kind of busy. So I can't really say that on this date we will have this artist in the shop. It will be like, okay, short notice thing. So maybe I'll do a live one, and even if I do a live one, the live session will be saved as a video in my feed, so you can go and look at it later on. You don't have to be present, but I think that we can have a couple of guitar players coming down here and do some jamming on the stage. Maybe a couple of vocalists that come here and do maybe a song or so, or at least just do a basic interview with them when they are in town. Of course, none of them are going to jump on an airplane, come down to Memphis just for this. But they are in town every now and then, and a few of the guys lives in Nashville, so they're not too far away. I would have hooked up with one of them this last time I went to Nashville. I went to Emotiva, but sadly, one guy was in San Diego on a concert, and another guy was in Europe on a concert. So I couldn't hook up with them. But if I had the choice or the chance, I would have. So we can do stuff like that. There's many things we can do, and if you have a suggestion, put it down below. Make me a comment here now. Um, oh, we have a couple of guys here. Review on the DT770 headphones. Yeah, Olan Zip MK2. Um, those headphones are are in Norway in storage. I didn't bring them with me when I traveled over here 10 years ago, so they're still in storage in Norway. But I can tell you, anything from Bayer Dynamics when it comes to headphones are awesome. I feel that Bayer Dynamics has probably the best sound overall. So I have heard Denon, I have heard Sennheiser. Um, oh God, so many. I can't even remember all the ones I've heard. The ones that really stood out to me was the DT770 Pro Special Edition that I got at Music Messe in 2004, I think it was. They were made in 500 only. Mine was serial number 238, I think it was. I was really, really, really impressed with them. So 6 months later, I contacted them and I bought directly from them the DT990. and then I got another cheaper pair. I don't remember the model number of those, but all three were like so good, so good. When it comes to the bass response, I think that Bayer Dynamics is no one can touch them on the bass. The mid and the tweeter is just so sweet. The only one that I can say that I have heard that maybe comes close was back in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. Denon had a pair that I loved, and I bought them, and sadly they got stolen from me at a sport. Like I went to like a gymnasium or a sporting hall, and I had them in my locker, and someone broke into the locker and several lockers, and they stole money, they stole wallets, they stole cell phones, and they stole my headphones. Um, and I haven't really looked to get them back and replaced or buy anything used because those Denon, I don't remember the name on them or the model number, but they were only made for like 2 years, 3 years, maybe 2 years, and they were really really sweet. They were lightweight. They had a good fit on my ears, and the bow was really good. Um, when I look at headphones, when I listen to headphones, of course the sound is the most important thing. Is the sound good? But then again, there's two other areas on headphones that you have to look at. How is the build quality? Because I mean, I have had so many headphones that over the time just falls apart. And the worst one that I have ever had was Beats by Dre. That's the worst shitty crap I have ever had on my head as a headphone. Um, but build quality is very important. Cheap plastic is a big no-no. And then, of course, where the wires or the wire, because most of the headphones now have one wire, is the wire integrated with the headphones in a good way so they don't pull out or get a short or something like that. Very important. And then, of course, the next thing is how do they feel on you? If you have a pair of headphones, they can sound good, but if they don't sit on your head in a good way, and if they feel uncomfortable to have on, what what point is it to have a good sound if you don't like how they feel on you? So the cup around your ears is very important, of course, but also the bow over your head from the cup to cup. If that bow is very uncomfortable on your head, and you're gonna feel it after a while. And a lot of people that use headphones for hours every day. So just because my headphones now are in storage in Norway, um, I have, over the last few years, I've just been using earbuds. But yeah, I normally like to use proper headphones. They give the best sound. Earbuds is okay if you're out in public, you have it hooked up to your phone. I kind of feel it looks stupid if you walk out in public and you have like big air clocks and a big bow. So I like to be a little bit incognito when I'm out in the public and just have some earbuds. But at home, I would definitely prefer to use proper headphones. And that Bear Dynamics, to me, today, for the last, well, I got hooked on Bear Dynamics in 2004. That's when I bought my first pair. I have heard them before a couple of times, but I wasn't that into headphones before that. So when I went to Germany in Frankfurt, the music messe in 2004, that was the third year that we went down there. And that was the third year I went to Biodynamic stand because I always liked their stands. So I stopped by their stands. I talked to them. I got the information, brochures. They gave me some freebies, stuff like that. And I liked how they operated, and I liked their company. And then I was like, okay, when I went there in 2004, um, they had this thing, limited edition uh, DT770 Pro, um, and there was only 500 made of them. And I said to myself, the price was like 50 euros. And I said to myself, 50 euros is no bar, there's no doubt I'm going to have a pair because I liked the way they looked. And they had one hanging there to see how it felt. And I liked the feeling. So I like, okay, 50 euros. Let's do it. So they made it. They made the headphones while I was standing there. I was standing there. I was looking at the lady. She was making the headphones. You know, when you placed an order, then she pulled parts and she started soldering and putting this together. And she built my headphones right in front of me. And she packed it, put it in the little suitcase that came with it, and there I got it. And then, well, I went to another desk, and they gave me a certificate of authenticity or something like that, serial numbers, all kinds of stuff, limited edition, signed, and they gave me some freebies. They gave me some stickers. They gave me a T-shirt and some other stuff. So 50 euros was nothing for that. And when I got home 4 days later, because that show starts on Wednesday and goes on to Sunday, and this was on I think this was on a Thursday morning or something. And then next Monday I got home, and then I started using these headphones, and the more I used them, the more I fell in love with them, and they sound so freaking good. So if you're looking for headphones, I have no affiliation with them. I'm not a dealer or anything like that, but I would love to be. Um, if you want headphones and you want good quality, build quality and sound quality, something that feels nice on your head, that doesn't give you listening fatigue or wearing fatigue. Very important. Um, Bear dynamics all day long. I'm not going to say anything bad about anyone, but I have tried models that people have suggested to me, like Sennheiser and other ones. And I put them on, and yeah, they have good sound. I'm not going to say anything about that. Good sound, but they don't sit on my head or feel good on my head like the Bear Dynamics. So I mean I'm partial to Bear Dynamics. So there you go. It was a long one, but yeah, absolutely. The DT7070 Pro or the DT77, if you can get them, go out and get them. I mean, they are fantastic. Good sound, and if you like bass, oh, you're in for a treat when it comes to Bear Dynamics headphones. Um, Anyone else have some questions? No, I try not to look at the screen. Progressive guy. Um, I mean, uh, you know, I don't feel like this is like a very formal thing. It's a YouTube channel. It's not like I'm on CNN or Fox or anything like that. But um, I think that that's what makes this so authentic. And I I, um, I am just when I make videos, that's a different thing because then I look at the camera and at the camera that I use. Now I'm talking to a computer and the little tiny little dot on top is filming, so it's a little bit different. It's about focusing your vision and your the way you're looking at things differently. So, but I think me looking around, it's just the person I am. When I talk to people in real life too, yeah, I give them eye contact, but then I fluctuate from side to side and look down a little bit and look around, and so that's just typical. Let's see. Um, let me know what you think about that test. CERN Vega V5 against some JBL monitors. Let me see if I can get the monitors down here. Well, let's see. Here we go. Most of you guys know about the V5 from CERN Vega. I made a video about them a couple weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago. I have them right up here. Um, those are the double gray one, the two-tone gray with the blue logo on the front. Um, I'm going to do a test with them side by side against these JBL ones. And these are the HLS 410. There. So I wonder because they're pretty much the same. Let me see. I think the woofer in the CERN Vega is a little bit larger than these JBLs. Yeah, they are. These JBLs are 3.5, 4 maybe 4 inch. That's a 5.25. But you never know. Um, When the woofers are like 4, 5, and 5.25, it's normally not that big of a difference, but we can do it. I mean, these JBLs up against some Southern Vega, live test, live stream. I think that would be cool. And we can start there. And then we can move up and we can do bigger Southern Vega speakers because I have plenty of those. I have 4 pairs here, but I also have like 20 pairs at home and in storage. So we can bring those down here and do some live testing and reviews and play some music. I was thinking doing the same thing with the car audio over here as well, Stern Vega and Power Bass for now, and then of course expand as time goes by with more brands. Um, Hopefully I can get I have that Stroker Classic 18. I still have those. I have one of those. I sold one. So I have one left. I can build a box for it, but that will probably be closer to Christmas time, and we can do some tests with those. Um, I think that would be cool. Most people are up for some stroker action. I mean, the 18-inch stroker is killer. Both the new one and the old one. So I think we can do that. Um, I I also have another thing that I think I maybe want to do, and this was on my mind the last this weekend. And it was Labor Day weekend here, so I wasn't. My store was closed yesterday, and I didn't do much online. We basically took the whole weekend off. And I used to play drums when I was a teenager and younger. I played in a marching band and stuff like that. And but I haven't played drums in like, oh my lord, 20 years. But I always wanted to learn to play guitar. I can't play guitar for shit. I can just clunk around and string some strings and stuff like that. But I bought myself a guitar 2 years ago, and I was going to start taking not lessons, but start looking on the online lessons and start maybe learning how to play. Because I have a friend here in Memphis who's a good guitar player, and she said she could help me learn how to play. So I brought my private guitar down here for a reason because I was going to hook it up and start playing a little bit on my own. But since I'm a dealer for Schecter, I just need to start learning to play guitar. So maybe I can showcase on YouTube, both in videos, but also live, my progress on how I learned to play guitar. I think that could be fun. But like I said, I can't play guitar for shit. I know nothing about it. Um, I know there's some scales and there's notes and all that stuff, but I have to start reading up about it. I don't know anything about guitar theory or basics or anything like that. I never played a guitar. I've just been sitting around on a classic guitar or an acoustic guitar and just clunked and hit some strings. That's all I've done. So, but I think if I'm gonna do that and start to learn guitar, I think I want to share like day number one, and then show you guys how fucking awful I am and how I suck on playing guitar, and then do gradual, as I go along. And if I improve at all, I might still be standing at a suck level, but and show you guys like the progress of how things are going along. I think that's something I can do live as well as making videos, because making videos is one thing, and it's a totally different thing than making these live videos here or this live show. Um, and I think that since I now have reached about 1943, 44, 45 subscribers, something around there, um, I think that the span of subscribers is huge. I know there's subscribers from different parts of the world, and of course they are on different time zones. So that's the beauty about the live show, because if you don't catch when it's live, you can come back and look at it later on as a saved recording. But I think that the span of people and the interest among my subscribers are very diverse. Some people are into Seren Vega, some people are maybe into JBL, and so on and so on. Some people are into car audio, someone is into hi-fi, some are into pro audio, and maybe even guitar. I know I don't maybe have too many guitar or instrument subscribers yet because that's something that I just added like a month ago. But you never know. And oh yeah, another thing that I was gonna do, and this I need your guys' help on. This is gonna be special, and you can become one person that really helps changing the history. I mean, this can change history. I built this stage over here for several reasons. One is to showcase what I sell and have fun. Another reason is um, I am in the planning of putting together a talent show, not like Idol or America's Got Talent or anything like that, but something down those lines. So I'm going to put out some feeders on Facebook and Craigslist and online in general, where I'm seeking people who play guitars who can sign up to become the next guitar hero or the guitar player, guitar wizard or whatever you want to call it. And they come here in my shop and we film those guys because they sign up and then they play a riff, a solo, or whatever what we decide them to do, and it goes on for like 2 or 3 months or something like that. And then you guys, and they come down there and they play their butts off, and then you guys are the ones who vote who is the best one, and I'm hoping that I can get like 40 people to sign up, and out of that we vote for like 10 finalists, and those 10 are then in the final, and then we vote on who becomes number one, who wins. And I've been talking to a couple of my suppliers, so we can the winner that we vote for, that you guys vote for, will win something, maybe a guitar or something like that. But they will get their thing on Facebook or and YouTube and online, and maybe we can create the new guitar wizard. Maybe we can even create a new artist that goes on to sign a record deal. Maybe we can create some attention from the business, from record labels, and that's where your vote. And if you guys support this channel and you support that guy or that girl who wins, when you vote them, and the winner gets maybe a guitar or something else, and place number 2 and 3 gets some stuff worth maybe like $100. Um, that way we create something that is really cool, and maybe we can together change or add to history. I think that would be really cool. Um, so that's something that I'm working on right now. I've been making like what do you call it? Uh, Not a writer, but kind of like a invitation where people are being informed about we are looking for this. If you play guitar and you think that you have what it takes to become the new guitar wizard, please sign up today to become a contestant in our talent show. And I think that could be cool. And with close to 2,000 subscribers, we should have a good voting base. But it's like getting all those people active to vote. But I think we can attract more subscribers that way too. So I don't feel it's going to be that difficult. Um, so who knows? Maybe you guys can help me find a new guitar wizard, and you could be saying, and if that guy or that girl signs a contract with a label and makes a record and becomes a relatively famous people or person, you can say, "Hey, I helped that guy become what he is today, and we did it on Rossi Audio." How cool would that freaking be? It will be cool as freaking hell. So these live shows is like a stepping stone further from the videos that I've been making, because the videos I've been making is like, okay, one topic, one topic, one topic. Live shows, totally different. We can go much further live than what we have done with fixed videos. But of course, the live shows, the difference between the live shows and the videos is I control the videos 100%. And then I rely on comments and feedback from you guys. The live shows, 50% me and 50% you guys. You guys are the ones who make the live shows kick ass, okay? And I am a guy who wants to kick ass every day, all day, every week, every month. I That's the best thing to do, is to go out and just do something and make it kick ass and make it really nice and cool. So I think that was it for now. Um, Let me know what you guys think. Make comments. Um, if there's anything that you have heard now that you like and you want to see, and you have some ideas, if you have any ideas or any topic that you want to see being taken up in a live show, let me know. We can probably get around to do that. Oh yeah, another thing, I have talked. I went to Emotiva in Nashville. I made a video about that. We have one more company on our list that we're going to go and visit, and shortly, soon, I think. I'm just talking to them now. I contacted them today, and I asked them if they were interested in me coming there and maybe do an interview, do a factory tour, and then we're going to do more than what we did with Emotiva, because then we're going to film it while we're there, and then you can see how things are being made. We're talking about speakers here. There's a speaker factory here in Memphis, um, and they make high-end speakers. And if we can get there and get things the way we want to, we can make like a in-house interview, factory tour, filmed from the time we get there until we leave. That is something that will be really, really cool. So that's coming up hopefully soon. I am in the talk with them now about times and how we can do this, because you have to think about this. It's not just about going there and do this. They are just as me here in my store. I am also reluctant to have things happen here in my store, because I am liable for anything that happens in the store. So if someone gets hurt or something get damaged, it might be my liability. So when I contacted these guys, we have to have everything straightened out on how things are going to be before we do that interview and before we do that tour, the factory tour. So there's no, ifs and buts and whatever. So, but we're working on it. So a factory tour of one of the Memphis biggest speaker companies will be coming. Will come soon, and I hope sooner than later, within a month. I hope, because I liked going to Emotiva, and it gave me like this. I want to do more of this. I want to do more tours, and it was too bad I couldn't do Gibson. But I'm going to make a video about that. It was tragic. I mean, I went from Emotiva with a very positive experience. I jumped in the car and I drove 30 minutes, and I knocked on the door to Gibson, and it was one of the worst experiences that you can get when you get to a place like that. Um, it was not good. So I left them and I went to Gruen Guitars and I had another awesome experience. But yeah, there's certain companies that is out there in the audio business. There's a few of them, and I have had a few encounters lately with them, and not good, not good. Emotiva was top notch. Gibson, no, and I will tell you all about it in a video. It was really, really tragic. So I think I'm going to end the live stream now, and just think about it. The talent show, the tests, the head-to-head tests, speakers, amplifiers, receivers, all kinds of gear. Um, and if you have any ideas, let me know.